The story we've all been waiting for. Professor Lindsay Matthews from the University of Auckland has been spending a lot of time toilet training the young cows, that is, in a peer-reviewed study published today in Current Biology. He shares how 11 of 16 calves he trained learned how to use a mooloo in about the same time it takes for kids to learn. And the research could be seriously good for the environment. He joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, let's do the serious bit first. This is good stuff because cow urine, poo, whatever, this is has damaging impacts on the soil, on runoff into water, and climate change. So this could have some really significant benefits.
Yes, indeed. So urine is the big one in terms of the big issue, for the water, soil, and air. So, if we can capture some of that urine and contain it, treat it, extract the nutrients, utilise them in another way, then that would be, a big help.
It sure would. Okay, so how do you do it? What actually happens here?
Yep, so it's very similar to how you would train a toddler. So you want to associate the place where they should go to the loo with a reward, and so that's where we started. So we put the calf in a clearly identified area so it could learn the signals. This was a toilet had lovely bright green walls and a lovely green AstroTurf floor, and the gateway in also had nice green sign on it. So very quickly when they urinated, we delivered a nice tasty treat, and then the association was made as that's the place to go, and urination results in a treat.
And how many times did you have to do that before they learned the behaviour?
Well, just that first step was only 5 or 10 times. It was just absolutely astounding how quickly they learned, and we knew they were learning because as soon as they would start to urinate, they would spin around and get ready, waiting for the treat. But of course, we didn't deliver it until they had finished the urination. Otherwise, they might just do lots of wee ones, lots of wee-wees.
Okay, so there've been versions of this in the past, haven't there, where the people try and have certain pads or areas where they want the cows to urinate or poo, to put it a better way. But how would this be rolled out on a large scale? Because you still have to collect all of that material and deal with it.
Yes, indeed. So what we've done so far is very much proof of concept. So because there had been some earlier attempts and no one had managed to do what we've done before. So they're very much proof of concept. Could they actually learn the concept? So that's a resounding yes. And so the next phase, and we're talking with dairy industry folk about getting the research going for the next phase to make it practical. So that involves a number of things. Of course, 6 million animals, so you need to imprison.
It's a lot of urinals.
A lot of urinals, but we need to automate the training for a start, So we don't think that'll be too, that's just a technical issue in a way.
But where would, just a technical question though, where would the runoff go from? Because previously it's going out onto the fields, right? But you'd have to put it into some sort of a sewage system, wouldn't you?
Well, it's obviously a good nutrient, and there's places in developing countries using human urine for nutrients, so they're collecting it and extracting the nutrients. So you can do that, and then you can put it back on onto the pasture in a more dilute form, so that the pasture can handle it. So it's a very good nutrient. It's just that it comes out in a big gush, and the pasture and the soil can't handle it when it comes out as a big flow.
Understand. Just finally, what's the treat? I'm dying to know.
So it's molasses-based sweet solution.
And that's the winner. Excellent. Hey, thank you very much for that. That is Professor Lindsay Matthews there from the University of Auckland with a fascinating study that is about toilet training young cows to do their business in the right place.